guys, Luke here from Students of History with another unit preview of the World History curriculum. We're going to look at absolute monarchs here. Now this is a unit, some people might combine it with the next unit on the Enlightenment. Either way works for you. But if you want to just focus on absolute monarchs, well that's this unit here. You can see this is broken down into 6 days on a block schedule. So that's every other day. If you meet every day for, let's say, 45 minutes or so, this could be, about 12 classes or about, 2.5 weeks, 2 weeks or so on absolute monarchs. It's broken down with lesson plans for every day and engaging resources to use. Day 1 on the rise of absolutism has this awesome interactive pop-ups of the rise of absolute monarchs literally popping up out of their notebooks, little images of Philip II, Louis XIV, and Henry VIII, etc., these absolute monarchs who in Europe, and some kids take notes about them. They'll look at some primary sources. We'll look at some of their palaces like Versailles, which is the topic of day 2, because really the epitome of absolute monarchs is Louis XIV and Versailles. So they take a little house tour of Versailles. There's great video there. There's some digital notebook activity that kids can use to learn more about Versailles from the museum's website there. Day 3, we're going to look at Europe's absolute monarchs as well, take a deeper dive into some of them and the impact that they had. There's a mapping activity. There's a great interactive notebook activity there for students on absolute monarchs, and shading and coloring their map of Europe based on how absolute each monarch was after analyzing them. Day 4, we start to look at England limiting the monarchy. There's a PowerPoint and timeline guided notes for this one. There's also a flipped classroom video or a Google Slides, no matter which one you want to choose. It's going to take you through how England went from being, close to an absolute monarchy through, from the Magna Carta, then these other English Bill of Rights, and limiting the rights of the king and Parliament having more power is going to be in that one. There's a great timeline notes page to use for that one. There's also a primary source analysis of a King James speech about why God chose him to be king, and he is God's voice on earth. And kids kind of analyze that through the lens of absolutism. And then day 5, we're going to start reviewing absolute monarchs. You have a unit guide packet all about that, with the timeline, with the map, with the quotes, with the vocabulary and reading. It's great to use throughout the whole unit, or you can use it specifically here at the end. There's review games, a GimKit review, Quizlet review, online review videos as well before the test. There's a couple options for the test. You can pair it with the Enlightenment, or you can give a test here, editable Google Doc and Word doc version of the test. You can have the kids take the test on paper or online. You also have all the digital resources right here in the Distance Learning Hub, so they're all in one handy space for you. This is an awesome unit. It's engaging for kids. It's got them thinking critically about government and world history and the impact of some of these monarchs. And then we connect it to England's, moval into a constitutional monarchy, and that we'll keep coming back to that to reflect on, America's government and how we can trace these absolute monarchs all the way up to America's government today, especially when we get to the next unit on the Enlightenment. But this is a perfect one to use for your middle school or high school world history students. I think it'll be a great one for you and super helpful with all the lessons paced out and engaging lesson plans for you, so you can really have a lot less stress about what you're going to be teaching each day. But I want to thank you for following along with this video. If you have any questions about this unit on absolute monarchs or any of the others, please don't hesitate to reach out. Thanks.